Hello and welcome to my channel. We're going back to Karambit. I think I've got the rhythm for this one. You know, it's too boring if I go forward with giving you flippers all in all. Too boring if I give you forward or with all fixed blades all in all. Folding blades. So I'm just gonna be rotating it around. Karambit. It's Karambit's turn for the moment. Not just any Karambit, it would be the fixed blade Karambit. No, this is just an example. Still a Karambit. My trainer Karambit always carried this. Doesn't have that much of a good lock to it. It has this lock stick that's going into that position. That sucks. Overall, still works. But that's not the Karambit that I want to review for this video. It will be this one. So my infatuation with Karambits, of course, started with watching Doug Marcada doing his Karambit videos in Funker Tactical. But before that, I've always been a fan of the Karambit, the Indonesian Karambits, you know, the ones that's handmade and all. So it was just proper to progress into something like this, a nicer Karambit, although not really nice in terms of the steel they use. But if we're gonna be ranking it from the spring steel that we're using, well, these things are already a good value Karambit. Stainless steel, Chinese steel, it's already good as compared to a 5160 spring steel that's been hammered and hammered and hammered. But you can always debate on what's better for you. I mean, I don't know exactly on how it's gonna be going about when this one encounters a Kevlar vest, or if 5160 is gonna be better, a spring steel would be better with good heat treatment. But it's all just speculation. But for primary target of a Karambit, it's gonna be self-defense. It's gonna be, you know, defending yourself, whatever type of Karambit that would be. So if you're gonna be stabbing a Kevlar vest, that's not a defensive type scenario. That I say would be an offensive type scenario, because you are in a combat mode. I mean, you're stabbing a Kevlar vest, something that has a vest on it. So this one, I sourced this from I think I got this from Stella Ali or DH. So it's got this free lanyard with a nice skull bead to it, and a nicely packed box, which comes in this nice foil. So what type of Karambit is this? See, out of the box, I see this, and it should be flushed so that you will have a if that was detached, I won't have the use of this hinge anymore. Oh, not to worry, it's just the spacer for the type of belt that you're going to use, whether it's gonna be a 1 5 inch or 1 7/5, or I believe this can handle a 2-inch wide belt. Tech lock style. The Karambit that we are reviewing for this episode is this Karambit. It's a really nice looking Karambit. And if this was an authentic Karambit that you would be buying from the said maker with that name on it, I'm sure it's not gonna be cheap. this is cheaper than the rest. I mean, it's not really an expensive karambit. It's just in, I would say, depending on where you're gonna get it, you're gonna be dishing out $60 to $80. That's without shipping. If you're gonna add shipping, then it's gonna be well above the 100. But it depends on where you get it, of course. So this would be an example of a Todd Begg Karambit. If you don't know Todd Begg, well, he's a knife maker, and he's a famed knife maker in the States, and his claim to fame was the Todd Begg Bodega flipper knife. I think they've been shown in Discovery Channel. I just don't know if it continued, but I think they had 3 episodes, and do go check it out. But this is a Todd Begg signature karambit. Not really licensed by Todd Begg, it's just the overall design on how he handled this. You know, a lightning hose that runs throughout the tang of the karambit, plus just these, I would say this is G10 scales. So the first thing I check on any karambit is how it handles. This one, I would dare say it handles nice. Nice in a way because it has the length of the handle. There's a good space on how you can handle the blade. It's not short. It's not short on that. So that's nice. Although it gives away compactness, but you do have this very nice blade area and a nice shape that has a hook on it. So if you go reverse and then you go hooking, that would definitely hold on to something. So handle it like this. It feels comfortable. I like it. Handle it in the reverse Talon grip. There are no hot spots on the handle. Now we go back to how a karambit should be handled. Some would say that you do not let that ring get past this knuckle. Some would say you only put the karambit in this position. See? It's just where that fold happens. In this position, it feels good. But if I cinch it down here, it feels tighter and it doesn't press on how this is wrapped around this finger, the pointer finger. Some karambits can't give you that. They can only give you a handle that is up to here, because you have to press with everything on this side, so it's in an angle now. So if you put it there, it's gonna be going into that angle, so it's gonna be pinching on this pointer finger. But this karambit, I can cinch it like that, no problem. In the Talon grip, without this one, without you sticking that pinky finger in, feels good. With the thumb here, with the jimping on this side, feels good. Both left and right. Where do I put this? I guess I can put it here. maybe that's not actually the main problem. So how does it sheath again? There's a wiggle in the sheath, unsheaths really fast. There's a little bit of takes a bit of getting used to get it sheathed, but it doesn't have that positive click. And there's that wiggle. There it is. It went out of the sheath just by doing that. Yep, that's not safe. So I may have to do a new sheath for this one, or remold this basic one so that it would be a bit more form-fitting. So don't try that again. I sliced off a bit of chunk here in my pad, and that would suck, but hey, that's for the sake of testing. So for this karambit, crappy sheath, good karambit. Is it straight? It's relatively straight, yes. The blade grind is pretty nice. I mean, these things I just need to wipe it off and make it shiny, because I got it from the box, and that was the first time I got this out for you guys, so I did not have time to clean it, so it came as is. How does it stack? How does it look with other karambits? Well, let's start with that one. So it's a bit tiny. That's the difference between a fixed blade karambit and a folding blade karambit, especially if you fold it in that manner. This just shrinks down into a very compact carry. Next karambit would be this guy. The Hibin Practical Claw. So see how this one is considerably compact as compared to this Begg karambit, Begg designed karambit. And how about this guy, the Strider? It has a little bit of form factor to it, just considerably bigger. But this one, the main gripe I have about this guy is although it does make it compact, however the handle area is a little bit small. You don't have this thumb rest here. See, you're already putting your thumb in this angle. There's already a space there, because if you put it like that, your thumb is gonna be resting in those hooks, and those are pointy. As compared to this one, if I do that, see how my thumb rests naturally, and all the arch here would be naturally resting in that, so it gives a little bit more a comfy feel. And how about the reverse? This is the most cramped karambit handle that I have. It has a very tiny room to hang onto. See how it's just there, although this doesn't have an edge to it. This one is already very near. Now, especially if you do this, see how that guy is just very near. Everything. But it can still work, of course. It's just that you need to be aware of where that blade is. See how I'm already encroaching in the bladed area just by this grip past the knuckle. Overall, I think the nearest you can get would be this guy, the D2 steel, bonish. See that? That's D2 steel for you. It would rust. Some rust spots here, but if you can see this, it's already going patina. And I would need to be taking care of this blade because it's gonna rust. But this is D2 and it has that, I would say, a very similar shape. The geometry is just different. How you handle this, see it, the blade area, the blade here protrudes, and this one not really. It's higher. The blade edge is higher, almost in line, but this one, it goes down. So who is more comfy to hold? They are almost the same, although it's subtle differences. I like them both. They have